So, what is it that you truly want? I mean, deep down, it's one of the biggest questions we can ask ourselves. Today, we're going to explore a pretty wild idea that maybe we've been getting the answer all wrong, that the path to our real purpose isn't about wanting less, but about wanting the right thing with our whole hearts. Let's just start with a question that's going to flip a lot of what you've heard on its head. We're always told, curb your desires, be less selfish, right? But what if that's the completely wrong way to look at it? What if the real problem isn't that our desires are too powerful, but that they are just pathetically weak? And that brings us to our first big idea. We've really got to rethink what we call a virtue. The modern world just loves to praise unselfishness. But there's a much bigger, much more powerful ideal that we should be shooting for. Look at the difference here. The old school thinkers, they were all about love. And for them, love was this positive, active thing. It was about getting good things for other people. But our modern ideal? Unselfishness. It's totally negative. It's all about what we give up, what we go without. See how the focus shifted? It's gone from making someone else happy to just our own self-denial. That's a huge change. And this all leads to a pretty shocking conclusion. Our desires are not too strong. They're profoundly weak. We're these half-hearted creatures just fooling around with stuff like drink and sex and ambition, when infinite joy is literally being offered to us. The truth is, we are just far too easily pleased. This analogy just nails it perfectly. We are exactly like an ignorant kid who's happy to keep making mud pies in a dirty alley because he has absolutely no concept of what a holiday at the ocean even is. We settle for the mud pies because we can't even imagine the sea. Now, I know what you might be thinking. All this talk of reward, it can make us feel a little icky, right? It sounds selfish, almost like being a mercenary, but that's only because we usually get the idea of a proper reward completely wrong. There's a massive difference. A mercenary reward is just tacked on. It has no real connection to what you're doing. Think of a soldier who's only fighting to get a medal. But a proper reward? Well, that's the natural conclusion of the act itself. A general fighting for victory isn't a mercenary. Victory is the whole point of the battle. Marriage is the proper reward for falling in love. The reward is baked right into the thing you're doing. Here's another way to look at it. Picture a schoolboy. He starts learning Greek because he has to get good grades, or maybe just to stay out of trouble. That's a totally mercenary reason. But then, as he keeps going, something starts to change. He actually starts to enjoy it. And eventually, the incredible beauty of reading a Greek poem becomes its own reward. The motivation completely transforms from something external to something internal. Okay, so this whole journey towards a proper reward, it's tied to this deep, almost secret longing that every single one of us has. It's a desire that's really hard to put your finger on, but we've all felt it. It's that feeling that we were made for somewhere else. This longing, it's a desire for something that has never, ever fully shown up in our world. It's like this constant dull ache for a home we've never actually been to. We get these little hints of it, these echoes, but we can never quite find the source. And what do? We attach this feeling to other things. We think that longing is the beautiful landscape, or that it's in that piece of music. But it's not. These things aren't the destination. They are just arrows pointing the way. They're like pictures and echoes of the real thing. And if we mistake them for the thing itself, they just become idols that will always, always break our hearts. So, if it's not any of those things, what is the true target of this universal desire? The answer is glory. But I know that word has a lot of baggage, so let's redefine it, starting with its first, most important meaning. When we hear the word glory, we usually think of two things. One is kind of wicked, and the other is just plain ridiculous. The first is fame, being more famous than other people. The second is luminosity, like literally glowing like a light bulb. Let's be clear, neither of those is what we're talking about. The real meaning is so much deeper and way more personal. Here we go. This is the heart of it. Glory, first and foremost, means fame with God. It is His approval, His good opinion. It's the pleasure of the Creator in His creation. It's being truly seen and fully accepted by the only one whose opinion ultimately matters. This right here, this is the feeling of glory in a nutshell. It's the divine praise. Just try to imagine for a second, after a whole lifetime of trying and failing and getting back up, finally hearing those words. There's no room for pride in a moment like that, just the pure, simple joy of having pleased the one you were made to please. And this changes everything. We spend so much time and energy analyzing our own thoughts about God, but that's not the main event. What's infinitely more important is how God thinks of us. We're told that one day we will stand before Him to be inspected, and the promise of glory is that we can actually pass that test and receive His approval. But hold on, there is a second layer to glory. It's not just about being accepted, it's also about being transformed. This is where we go from just being welcomed in to actually becoming part of the beauty itself. Think about it. When you see a truly breathtaking sunrise, or hear a piece of music that just stops you in your tracks, there's a part of you that wants more than just to look at it, right? You want to somehow merge with it, to pull it inside you. We don't just want to be spectators of splendor, we were made to participate in it. And that is the incredible promise. Right now, it feels like we're on the outside of the world, looking in through a window. We see all this beauty, but we can't quite touch it. This quote expresses that unbelievable hope that one day, that door is going to swing open and we will finally get in. We won't just see the glory, we will wear it. Okay, so that's all pretty mind-bending stuff. But what does it mean for us, right here, right now, on a totally normal day? Well, this understanding of our destiny and the destiny of everyone around us changes absolutely everything about our daily lives. It is a serious, serious thing to live in a world full of potential gods and goddesses. That means the dullest, most uninteresting person you talk to all day might one day be a creature of such splendor and beauty that it would take your breath away. Because these are the two possible destinations for every single person we meet. An everlasting splendor so brilliant you'd be tempted to fall down and worship it, or an immortal horror, like something out of your worst nightmare. And every single day, with every interaction, we are helping to push each other just a little bit toward one of those two fates. And this is the final thought I want to leave you with. This is the big one. All the stuff we think is so important, nations, cultures, art, civilizations, all of that stuff is mortal. It's all going to pass away. But the people you joke with at work, the people you're married to, the people who annoy you in traffic, they are immortals. There are no ordinary people. Let that sink in. You have never, not even once, talked to a mere mortal.